Hi, hello, hi. Hello everyone. I know it's been a while since I made a installment to the Loud House revamped audiobook. But that's because something kind of important happened, something kind of major, milestone-ish, and I just wanted to make sure I knew everything that I wanted to talk about in this little update that I'm currently going through before I get into the reading. So, first things first, um, we've reached 500 subscribers. It was a little while ago now, so it's maybe obvious to some, but it's kind of cool how this hobby uh, has taken the first, albeit small, step towards becoming more of a job. Because with 500 subscribers, we've technically opened a potential means of making money through channel memberships. Though I'm going to be honest, I don't think you should really buy one, at least not now, maybe later in the future. But I guess if there's enough interest in it, we could. I say we. I'll get to that. We could make some channel member specific videos. Though I'm not sure I like the idea of some videos being only available to a certain number of people. But that's for the future. We can figure that stuff out in the future. Right now, I want to focus on, well, I guess why I said we. So, um, in case any of you have watched any of the videos that aren't about the Loud House Revamped, you will probably have picked up that there are, in fact, two voices typically in a lot of our videos. That is because um, this is not my channel. I am not Gamer. I did not make the Gamer YouTube channel. I do not own it. Best I can say is that I'm an unofficial co-owner. I say unofficial because it's not like we've signed any contracts or anything, obviously. I mean, come on. It's not like we're going to sign a contract for a 500 subs channel. But whatever. Um, the person who owns it, and we've kind of tried to hide the names, but at this point, we've probably said them enough times in the videos that there's no point hiding it. The person, the gamer, goes by the name Ethan. He is the one who made and is the technical owner of this YouTube channel. And I am Parker. Uh-oh. What happened to my computer? It's fine. I hope that didn't mess up the recording. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine. So, I am Parker. And typically, I go by Gogglebum. In like the games and accounts that I make, I use Gogglebum, like how Ethan uses Gamer. Oops. Is it okay? It's fine. It's probably fine. So, yes, that is us. I am not Gamer. I am Gogglebum. Parker. Gamer is Ethan. And that I've made this known because at first I thought maybe we should change the channel name to include both of us, both of our account names, our usernames. I'll just say it's easier to say that, just because we're both part of it. We both do our work. And I think I deserve some recognition. Of course, that's a little bit selfish. It's not like I intended it to be my name instead of his, but, you know, it was kind of pointless because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. People will learn us. People will recognize us through our personalities, not through our names on any YouTube channel. But regardless, at first we were both in agreement, and we decided yes, we will change the name, and we did for like a few days until one day I kind of just thought it through and was like, this is stupid. Why would we, without telling anybody, change the channel name? If anything, that'll just make it harder for people to find us if we just randomly change. So I changed it back, and me and Ethan got to talking again, and we decided that Well, okay. I should also mention why we decided on changing the channel name in the first place. Well, it was originally because I came to him and I was like, "Hey, can I be part of the name of the channel?" But after walking that back, we then got to thinking, well, the real reason we should change the channel name is because, and we both agree on this, so don't say I'm bullying Ethan or anything. Gamer isn't a very great name in terms of not so much recognition recognizability, because obviously people will recognize the gamer name the more we grow. It was more so about the very hopeful and far future thinking about what if this becomes so successful we can start, I don't know, making merch or something, or just generally uh, a little bit more. I don't know. I don't think I can put it into words. I'm kind of ad libbing here. Maybe I should have written out a script. But the fact is, gamer is a touch bland, being a purposeful misspelling of just gamer, Gamer, and possibly not something that you can really build a brand around. So we figured that it would be a decent idea to change it, but only if our audience knows and agrees with what we've changed it to. So, oh, I think it weird. I think I burped. Excuse me. So that brings me to this next point where we might change it again, but it is entirely based on your input, because there is going to be a poll in the community tab of the channel with a handful of different names. Two that I'm certain are going to be on there is Gamer, the original, because obviously, if people want us to keep it the same, then hey, that's, you know, clearly it probably won't be a problem. Of course, small sample size. Who cares? So, Gamer will be an option. Then there's going to be just a simple mashing together of our names, which is Gugglebum Gamer / Gamer Gugglebum, whichever we decide. Doesn't really matter. I guess they could be two separate options if people really care. Um, I need to quit speaking without breathing. Hold on. Okay. So, and then there's probably going to be an other. There will be more than just two options, but there's going to be an other option for you to choose from. And if you choose that, then go ahead and put something in the comments underneath that poll with a name that you think might fit better. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. But on to less important things, less serious things, I should say. It's still kind of important to us. Me and Ethan also would like to make a 500 subscriber special. Of course, we can't really think of anything because we're not going to make just some random um, gameplay video, unless it's some hip, hip. I just said hip. Oh my god, I'm so old. Uh, unless it's like something we think is very. Regardless, I don't think a gameplay video for a 500 subscriber special would fit under any circumstances. Um, of course, there is. It's no secret that the Loud House Revamped videos, audiobook and otherwise, have played a large role in getting us to 500 subscribers. So I feel it kind of, and it just would fit. It would be fitting if we did something relating to the Loud House Revamped. But of course, I've been the only one reading them. Ethan watched the first few, but he stopped after a while. So he doesn't really know nearly as much as I. And so, really, anything I've thought of just would involve myself, and maybe Ethan would be there. But I'm not sure what he could do input wise. Maybe he's like crazy knowledgeable about all of the other shows that have to do with the Loud House. I don't know. Okay, I haven't really been able to think of anything except one thing wherein I would make a quiz for Ethan to take, and it would be mostly about exposing somebody who doesn't know that much and may have even forgotten what little he does know. I don't know how long it's been since he watched those videos, but just exposing somebody to some of the crazy things about the Loud House. Maybe I could make questions about uh, characters that were shipped together. Uh, certain ways that like crossovers, quote unquote, play out. Maybe one I've been thinking of is like, what is the name of the team that JD and the Loud kids make later in the chapters that gets teased in the first few. I don't want to say it just in case he's listening to this. But yeah, that's just my idea. Let me know if you're interested, or um, if you can think of something that involves both me and Ethan, because that's a must. It's gonna have to be both of us for the 500 subscriber special. If you can think of any videos where we could both do something, go ahead and leave your recommendations in the comments below. So, that being said, enough of the announcement. Let's get on to the actual reading. I intended to go to chapter 50 because, 50, chapter 50, 500 subscribers, they're both divisible by 50 and 10 and 5 and 2 and 25 and 2.5 and 1. Okay. Yes. So, yep, that's all. Thank you again so much for 500 subscribers. Please check out the poll. Please leave any 500 sub special ideas you might have in the comments. And thank you again. Now I'll start reading and stop talking. That's not true. I will continue talking because that's how you read. Okay. This chapter's been staring me in the face while I was making that announcement. Because, Star Wars I actually know a decent bit about. So, Chapter 48, Simulator, Part 7, The Jedi Resurrection. I am in the simulator doing an exercise. Varee, Jesse, Lincoln, Linka, Lily, and... Oh my god, I'm rusty. Typically, I can fly right through these comma-separated lists. Varee, Jesse, Lincoln, Linka... Oh my god, it really is awful, isn't it? Lincoln, Linka, Lily, Laney, and Krista... Who's Krista? Laney and Krista and Lisa are in the control room. The simulator activated, and I was on the planet Naboo. I was running through the palace of Queen Amidala, and I saw Qui-Gon Jinn and young Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting the ruthless Darth Maul. Qui-Gon was Qui-Gon? Isn't like he always called Qui-Gon Jinn? I've never heard it shortened like that. Whatever. Was fighting him alone as Obi-Wan watched from behind a laser barrier. Darth Maul blocked a strike, and just as he was about to deliver the fatal blow, I swooped in and blew him into a metal wall with the Force. Okay, I thought it was just going to say blew him up. Is this a private party or can anyone join? I say. So cool. I ignite my lightsaber and fired Force Lightning at Darth Maul, and it electrocuted him. Force Lightning, mind you, is a dark side power, but whatever. Typical JD. He's always a good guy, but he's got even the cool aspects of the bad guys. Dark Angel wings, Force Lightning. You can use Force Lightning, asks Qui-Gon. Yes, I can, I say. Who are you, asks Qui-Gon. J.D. Knutson, Gray Jedi from planet Earth, I say. Gray Jedi. Is this an official title? He certainly didn't. I guess would explain why he has a lightsaber if he's an official Jedi. Gray Jedi, I believe, are people who use both light and dark. I don't know if they're. I know that like normal Jedi, even though Gray Jedi are probably still good, I'm like pretty sure most normal Jedi see their like they walk the line between light and dark. So normal Jedi see how close they are to the dark side and are just generally untrusting, maybe even a little antagonistic towards. But whatever. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan were shocked. That's impossible. No great Jedi has existed in over 4,000 years, says Qui-Gon. Not until now. Not until now, I say. Obi-Wan came after the barrier deactivated and ignited his blue blade lightsaber. We appreciate you arriving, says Obi-Wan. He says after igniting his right, because Darth Maul's still right. No problem, I say. Darth Maul got up and jumped, and I fired more force lightning at him, and he fell down a shaft, and his double red bladed lightsaber landed on the floor. I take his lightsaber as a trophy, a la General Grievous, who is like okay, fine, hey, I thought Darth Maul's double-sided lightsaber was cool too. Of course, I always thought that if I was in the Star Wars universe, I'd side with the Jedi because I'm a hero. I'm virtuistic. I am very cool. I'm cool. Anyways, it feels kind of like it wasn't General Grievous's whole lightsaber trophy kind of indicative of his. Oh, I just used a cool word like indicative, and I don't even know what to say after that. Of his prideful, almost arrogant, whatever. He definitely thought of himself as unstoppable until Obi-Wan showed up. They did not do him justice in the movies. General Grievous is such a cool character that I'm getting off track. Alright, just know Grievous deserved better treatment in the prequels. I take his lightsaber as a trophy. Master Qui-Gon, Anakin Skywalker is the chosen one that will destroy the Sith. The Force told me, make sure he doesn't fall into the hands of Darth Sidious at all costs, or Anakin will be lost to the dark side. Oh, oh, is that all? Thanks, random gray Jedi, who, mind you, a normal Jedi probably wouldn't just blindly trust because gray Jedi are kind of extremist in the eyes of Jedi. I will, thank you, says Qui-Gon. I've got to go now. But we will meet again in the future, I say. The simulator fast-forwarded to the Battle of Geonosis at Petronaki Arena. Right. God, loved playing that part in the Lego Star Wars. In the halls of the arena, I saw Master Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Anakin Skywalker, and Padme Amidala tied to some posts about to be executed by a Elysian Greek, a Cholganan Nexu, and a Vendaxan Akle. Oh no, I say. By the way, did he just kind of like fizzle out of existence right before their eyes? Must have been horrifying to see. The simulator. Oops. Oh no, I say. I jumped down, ignited my lightsaber, and fired force lightning at the Viceroy. I'm sorry, I'm rubbing my eye. And killed him. And I saw that Count Dooku, aka Darth Tyrannus, God, all the names are so cool in Star Wars, was up there. Count Master Nutson. I've heard a lot of big things about you. You're the first Grey Jedi in over 4,000 years, says Count Dooku. How? Excuse me, I just burped. Right? The only three people to see James Knudsen was okay. I guess Qui-Gon isn't dead anymore in this universe, which is a little weird. Whatever, but I guess it would make sense that Qui-Gon would tell somebody, and maybe then it could have gotten to Count Dooku. Actually, I don't remember. At what point does Count Dooku leave the Jedi Order? Because I know he used to be part of the Jedi, and then he started working with Darth Sidious. Um, Maybe, who cares? Who cares? It doesn't change the fact that this is all quite stupid. The feeling is mutual. I say. What feeling? That you've heard a lot of big things about him? Because that's the only thing that could really apply, unless you're gonna say that Count Dooku is a gray Jedi. Who cares? You are quite a formidable foe. You defeated Darth Maul, says Count Dooku. Nice to know I've made an impression, and the Viceroy paid for his treachery when he tried to attack Naboo. I say. Numerous robot droids came out and fired, and I deflected all their shots. Numerous Jedi came out and ignited their lightsabers. On the balcony was Jedi Knight Mace Windu, goated, and he ignited his purple-bladed lightsaber. I threw my lightsaber, and with the Force, I controlled it to cut Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Padme free, and tamed the Reek, Nexu, and Clay, and they disappeared and became tattoos on my left arm. What? 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 Lots more droids came out, and it was a brutal battle. It was also intense. What do you mean? What do you mean? What? So, okay, firstly, I'm pretty sure the whole reason that you can't just like use your lightsaber. No. If you've got the Force, then yes, because like typically there's a button that you have to hold down on your lightsaber to keep it ignited, and so when you throw it, you're no longer pressing down the button and the lightsaber retracts. But if you've got strong enough Force powers, you can hold down the button with the Force and send it out. So it's not impossible, other than the fact that this kid is a Jedi, but the real issue here is that I don't know if he used the Force to tame them or something, but he just casually tamed the Reek, the Nexu, and the Clay, and they disappeared and became tattoos on his left arm. Whatever the hell that means. Like, am I crazy? What is it? What is it reminding me of? Uh like shoot. Like a D&D, there's like this specific class that you can play as or something, some kind of magical class where like your spells are tattoos on your body, something like that, and that's the only thing I can even possibly begin to compare this to. Jango Fett landed on the battleground and fired blasters at me, and I deflected his fire and slashed his head off. Let me just scratch my neck. Count Dooku was trying to get away, and I chased after him as a clone ship arrived and got all the Jedi out safely. I faced Count Dooku. You will pay for all the Jedi that you killed today, Dooku. I say. I fire Force Lightning, and it blew him into a rock. Like, as if these people can't do the same to you. Okay? Come on. It's Dooku here. He's one of the best. Lords, I mean, you know? His whole, like, lightsaber stance is all about fighting people with lightsabers, I believe. Whatever. I blew him into a rock, and a rock point skewered him all the way through his heart, and he died in an instant. I should have read that through. You're kidding me. No epic lightsaber fight. Just a Force lightning that apparently has the same force as a Force push. That was a stupid thing. That was stupid. Whatever. That blew him into a rock, and he got impaled through the heart. Like, what? Excuse me? You don't kill a Sith or a Jedi by like pushing them down the stairs, okay? So you don't kill Dooku by shoving him into a rock, and I fucking love. Okay, yeah, I gotta do the no cursing thing because I definitely need help with that. Making it all PG. We gotta get our first sponsor. After all, 500 subs, we're basically the next PewDiePie, the next Markiplier. People are going to be all over us. I take his lightsaber as a trophy again. Master Yoda arrived. Master Yoda, I say, J.D. Knutson. So rumors are true, I see, says Yoda. Yes, I am a great Jedi, first in 4,000 years, I say, really loving that title. Long way you have come, the light and dark sides I sense in you. Long way you have come. I could kind of do it. No, I can't. The light and dark sides I sense in you. I come from the planet Earth. I actually pick up a lot of stuff on the fly. That's a cute little way to just, you know, downplay all of the accomplishments of all the other characters in like basically any media that you have inserted yourself into. But hey, powerful you are, says Yoda. I have to stop the Sith at all costs, I say. The simulator fast forward, and I was on the planet Mustafar, a volcano world. I sensed that Anakin had turned to the dark side. Oh, even after your warning? That's too bad, and I warned Ashoka Tano and Ayla Secura about it with my telepathy. Ayla Secura? Ayla Secura. Isn't that the blue chick? Hold the phone. Yes, Ayla Secura is the blue chick with like the noodle hair that like the two giant tentacles sticking out of her head, like pigtails. I don't know why her of all people. Probably because of probably because uh JD has a crush on her or something. That in the show is actually I think she's underage in this scene, so I won't say that. But 5 hours later, I see Anakin Skywalker on the landing ports talking to Padme, who was pregnant. Obi-Wan was on the ship, and he saw him, and Anakin was enraged. "You're with him! You brought him here to kill me," says Anakin. Just as he was about to choke her, I blow him into a bunch of barrels and land by her. "Are you alright, Padme? Don't tell me you're gonna steal Padme away from me." Fucking. I just straight up said it. Oh well, that's strike one. "Are you alright, Padme?" I ask. "Yes, I am." "Anakin, what's happened to you?" asks Padme. "That is not the Anakin that you know anymore, Padme. He's been corrupted by Chancellor Palpatine, Darth Sidious himself, and he now serves him," I say. "Hmm? Yes, we've totally lost him, Padme. He's now gone to the dark side," says Obi-Wan. Anakin got up. "You turned her against me. All of you," says Anakin. "You have done that yourself," says Obi-Wan. Another ship landed and opened, and out came Ashoka, Ayla, Yoda, Qui-Gon, and Mace. "We thank you for telling us what. Okay, pause, pause, pause. So, when JD warned Qui-Gon not to let Anakin or something fall into the hands of Darth Sidious, he did not at any point imply that Darth Sidious was Chancellor Palpatine. So, unless I'm crazy, unless I'm misremembering some certain events that happened in some certain way, Mace Windu still should have gone to confront Chancellor Palpatine and subsequently died. Or, I don't know if he ever actually died, but still, chances are he wouldn't be here. So, we've gone from self inserting and fixing, quote unquote, fixing certain parts of the plot to straight up incorrectly representing them. You could have just gone and did like two sentences. "Oh, I also go and save Obi-Wan, I mean, Mace Windu." But whatever. Also, how old is Qui-Gon right now? He must be a fossil. Darth Sidious, Mace. "We thank you for telling us what happened, JD," says Ayla. "No problem, Ayla." Hold on, wait. No, yeah, he didn't even telepathically warn Mace about anything. "No problem, Ayla," I say. "Master Anakin, what's happened to you?" asks Ashoka. Ahsoka? Ahsoka? Yeah, it's Ahsoka Tano, not Ashoka. It'd be ASH in that case. I've had a change for the better, Snips." Okay. Says Anakin, your change is one of evil," I say. He recognizes it. You will not take Padme away from me," says Anakin. "Too late for that. It is," says Yoda. "Your anger and your lust for power have already done that. You have allowed Palpatine to twist your mind until now you have become the very thing you've sworn to destroy," says Obi-Wan. Struggling here. What's new? "Don't lecture me, Obi-Wan. I see through the lies of the Jedi. I do not fear the dark side like you do. I have brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to my new empire," says Anakin. "By killing innocent lives? I don't think so," I say. "Your new empire?" asks Obi-Wan. "Don't make me kill you all," says Anakin, who, mind you, is one of the most powerful Force users in the Jedi lore. God, Darth Vader's so cool. You know, moment of just take a few moments, just appreciate how awesome of a villain Darth Vader is. Okay, done. Back to it. Don't make me kill you, Anakin. My allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy. Democracy, says Obi-Wan. "Palpatine has filled your head with lies and poisoned your mind with wrong ideas. I will make sure that Palpatine pays the price, the ultimate price, for his crimes." Palpatine pays the ultimate price. Palpatine pays the ultimate. Palpatine pays. Palpatine. Palpatine pays the ultimate price. Palpatine pays the ultimate price. "I won't let you," says Anakin. "Obi-Wan, let me face it." Says I say, "Of course," says Obi-Wan, letting this teenager gray Jedi It's okay. I didn't say anything. I didn't say any curse words. Just a little. Just a little. Anyways, of course, says Obi-Wan. Only a Sith deals in absolute. I think you mean in absolutes. But, oh, who cares? I will do what I must, I say. You will try, says Anakin. I ignite my lightsaber, and Anakin opens his hand, and we get into a savage. What? Opens his? Oh, opens his, and we get into a savage lightsaber fight. Of course, you won't have suffered even one punch, I bet. I kick him in the face and punch him in the stomach, and he went flying down a hall into the Mustafarian control room. I run after him and fire Force Lightning, and he deflects it, and it hits the controls for the heat blocking system and destroys them. I run out onto a blocker, and we fight over the lava, and Anakin was on a blocker as it melted, and fell into lava, and we were on it? What? And fell into the lava, and we were on it. I spread my, right, forget all the time. I spread my wings and fly onto the land by the lava river. I sensed Anakin coming, and he was not going to stop until he killed me. You don't say! Is that what Anakin does when he turns to the dark side? I had no idea. Anyways, we stopped for a bit. Oh, oops. I jump onto a hover. No way! He seriously just takes the place of Obi-Wan. I jump onto a hover platform on the lava, and Anakin was on the head of a robot. And robot? What? And we clashed some more. We stopped for a bit. I don't understand you, Anakin. How can you believe all of Palpatine's lies so easily? Are you really that gullible? Oh, shut up. You know, just Anakin's turn to the dark side is like a good. I don't think it was told very well in the prequels, but it's a good story. Uh, good. Who cares? What am I gonna do? Lecture JD? I doubt he hears any of this. Anyways, he told me that the Jedi were trying to take over, says Anakin. That's a crock of lies. Palpatine is evil in its purest form. He's the devil incarnate. You killed the devil. I say. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Good point, I guess, says Anakin. Then you are lost, I say. Me and Anakin were on the lava river, staring at each other and ready to fight some more. He really should say the line. If he doesn't say the line, I'm gonna I might just stop reading. Nah, I can't. But still, he better say the line. Me and Anakin were on the lava river, blah blah blah. This is the end for you, my friend, says Anakin, who probably never even knew this guy that well or considered him a friend. It's just beginning, I say. Anakin and I were fighting some more. I jumped away as he tried to slash me and landed back on the land by the river. Oh, here it is! It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground, I say. The only good part about this chapter. You underestimate my power, says Anakin. Your confidence will be your undoing, I say. What? That's not what he says. Doesn't Obi-Wan say just simply don't try it or something? I don't know. Anakin jumped over to me and I slashed his legs and left arm off and he rolled down the hill and was close to the lava river edge. How can you be that stupid, Anakin? How can you fall for the lies of an evil man like Palpatine? Dude, been there, done that. Move on. Don't you see that he's using you? And when he's done with you, he will toss you aside like yesterday's garbage. We know for a fact that that's not even true. You're a pawn in all his diabolical plans and ambitions, I say. But Anakin refused to believe it. I hate. Oh, yeah, I almost said that so stupidly. I hate you! You can hate me all you want. But like it or not, that is the truth, I say. Anakin started to. Oh, for the love of all. Yeah, Anakin started to realize the error of his ways as the heat of the lava ignited his leg and started to burn him. I used my ice powers that I obviously have. I'm sure even though I don't remember, it's not like I'm particularly surprised. No, he used it to make like ice rails or something in the snow chapters. And put him out and picked him up. Anakin started to. Why not just use water, right? Why ice of all things? Water powers. I know you've got water powers. I'm sorry, Anakin, but I can't let you fall farther into the dark side. I say. I walk over to the ship Obi-Wan took, and we all board it. You really did a number on him, JD, says Obi-Wan, almost entirely unfazed by the person that he's basically raised like a son, being all like, evil, chopped to bits, and partially burnt. But hey, why would anybody in this fanfic show any amount of emotion that isn't happiness or anger? can't be sad about anything. Like, oh, Anakin starts crying. We, you're breaking character. What am I talking about? You really did a number on him, JD? Says Obi-Wan. I know, but I have a feeling that he's gonna pay for his crimes. I say, congrats, JD. You've robbed us of one of the best villains in all of fiction. Or yeah, because he isn't Darth Vader yet, is he? Master Obi-Wan, I'm sorry, says Anakin. He started crying. Oh, well, way to make me eat my words. Annie, can we get Jar Jar in here? I'm glad you're back, says Padme. Padme hugged him. Padme, you should take a seat. We got to let Master Anakin rest, says Ahsoka. Okay, says Padme. Snips, I'm sorry, says Anakin. I know, Master, it wasn't your fault, says Ahsoka. I know, JD. JD? Asks Anakin. Yes, Anakin? I respond. He held out his right prosthetic arm. Oh, right, yeah. Wait, no. Wait. Doesn't he? Wait. Luke has his hand chopped off. Is there at some point when Anakin loses his right arm that I'm not remembering? Probably. I could believe it. I gave him a oh, oops. Thanks for saving me from the dark side. You have earned both my respect and support, says Anakin. I give him a handshake of friendship. Isn't this after he killed all the younglings? Doesn't that seem like something that JD should have stopped him from doing? Oh well. Oh well. That's an entire generation of Jedi down the drain. But hey, at least JD managed to use his time traveling abilities to save the guy who killed them. Like that's like time traveling to the end of World War II and killing Hitler after he killed all of those Jews. No. Or more specifically, reforming Hitler. Like what? Don't you think maybe like everybody in their mother has made the whole I'd go back in time and kill Hitler as a baby. You want to know why they do that? Because that, believe it or not, is before all of the Jewish people get killed because of. But hey, I mean, I guess there's no way of knowing that it wouldn't have gone through like that with or without Hitler. But let's. It couldn't hurt to try, right? What a hero he is. What a hero. I give him a handshake of friendship. It's good you're back on the light side, I say. Now save your strength. We have a long journey ahead of us, says Qui-Gon. Where are we going? Asks Anakin. We're going to my home planet, Earth. We can restore the Jedi there and ready our forces, I say. That sounds like a good plan, says Mace. Oh, Mace, you poor bastard. Stuck with these freaks. A wormhole appears and we go in it. The simulator ended as we. The simulator ended! Just. The, the sheer. Oh my god! How do you not understand what a simulator is, does, or means this badly? Uh, um, and as we arrive on Earth and our ship lands in the loud house backyard, we disembark and I find the perfect place for rebuilding the Jedi Temple. Inside the Loud House. The Loud House. It was the site of the abandoned baseball stadium in Detroit. Fantastic. The love. As Anakin was getting. Wait, oops. Anakin was rushed to the hospital and given new prosthetic legs. He has to go through rehab and burn treatments and all that. Don't you think, and I hate to be that guy, but don't you think you should take Anakin to like one of the many space hospital institutes that like probably have way advanced technology and would I don't think there's a Bacta tank in the local hospital, buddy. Maybe he'll survive, sure, but his chances would be very much better in like uh, a hospital with future technology. But who am I? Who am I to say? rushed to the hospital, and all that. As Anakin was getting fixed up, Padme went into labor and gave birth to Luke and Leia Skywalker. I was with Farie and revealed everything to my friends. So you all escaped from the galaxy? Not even in the slightest what happened, Lincoln, but okay, says Lincoln. Asks Lincoln. It was to retreat until we have enough power to go back and destroy Emperor Palpatine once and for all. For all, you need to regroup and wait, says Linka. Yes, it will take a few years. It'll take a few hundred chapters, but we have all the time in the world, says I say. A new Jedi temple was built in place of the old baseball stadium, and almost right away, a bunch of kids and people wanted to become Jedi. You don't say. The Jedi Resurrection was fully underway. The end. Another fanfiction completed. I wanted to do the prequel trilogy of Star Wars and add it to the series. I loved Star Wars 3 Revenge of the Sith. I loved the battle between Anakin and Obi-Wan on Mustafar. That was awesome. I wanted to include Mace, Qui-Gon, Ayla, Ahsoka, Yoda, Padme in this because I thought it would be cool to add some unique alien creatures. Unique alien creatures! Mace is a black man. Qui-Gon is an old guy. Ayla is the only one who... No. Ayla and Ashoka are... And Yoda. Okay. But, like, seriously? 4 of these 7 people are just straight up humans. Am I wrong? Mace, Qui-Gon, Padme. Wait. Why doesn't he include Anakin or Obi-Wan? What? Okay, well, 3 of these 6 people are just straight up humans. But whatever. Unique alien creatures and cultures to the story. I hope you guys like it and tell me what you all think. I hated it. See you next time. Star Wars characters and elements belong to Disney and Lucasfilm. Isn't it Lucasfilms? Whatever. Chapter 49. Simulator Part 8. The Cyclone Avenger. Lori was in the simulator. Me, Veri, Bobby, Ronnie, Ann, Lincoln, and Linka, and Lisa were in the control room. The simulator activated, and she found herself in the world of the movie Anastasia. Never heard of it. The year was 1917, and the February Revolution was underway. Luckily, the simulator doesn't do... Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Luckily, the simulator doesn't do time travel. You know, I don't usually travel between chapters like this. In the middle of reading one, I don't go to the next. But oh gosh, it's just I don't know. Maybe the simulator fast forward, and I was on the planet. I don't know. The simulator fast forward seems a lot like time travel to me. But hey, no, hey, who am I to say, right? Fuck. God, fuck. I can't even stop that one. All right, strike 2. The year was 19. I mean, come on. What do you mean doesn't? Whatever. I've studied about this. This is the February Revolution and the abdication of Tsar Nicholas II, says Lori. Lori arrived at a train station and saw the train about to leave, and Tsar Nicholas's daughter, Anastasia Nikolaevna, whatever, was about to fall onto the tracks and hit her head when Lori spread her wings and flew, and Anastasia vanished? What? I mean, what do you mean vanished? Lori and Anastasia in her arms, and what? My bad. Lori had Anastasia in her arms, and she was flying in the air. Are you all right? Asks Lori. Yes, thank you, says Anastasia. You're just like taking it on the cheek, right? Just got saved by a wind angel or whatever, and hell, I'd think I was dead, being brought up to heaven. Whatever. You're welcome. My name is Lori, and I'm from America, says Lori. It's a pleasure. My family ran because of Rasputin, says Anastasia. Grigory Rasputin, the evil sorcerer? Asks Lori. That's him, says Anastasia. That demonic freak, I will make him pay for this, says Lori. Me too, says Anastasia. Lori and Anastasia both vowed to get revenge on Rasputin and put an end to his evil for good. At the house near St. Basil's or Basil. It looks like Basil, but I can believe Basil. Basil's Cathedral, Lori and Anastasia were hiding until all the fighting died down. Very heroic. Anastasia, how did this all happen? Asks Lori, who apparently did research on this, but is going to ask anyway. It started with my family celebrating the 300th anniversary of the Romanov dynasty. My grandma gave me this beautiful music box. says Anastasia, showing Lori her music box, and used her necklace to open it, and it played a beautiful song. It played Once Upon a December. That is beautiful, says Lori. Yes, yes, says Anastasia. I read a lot about the Romanov Tercentenary anniversary. Tercentenary, is that how you say 300th instead of like in like words? Words? I'm losing it. It was celebrated in 1913. Yes, that's right, says Anastasia. Why would Rasputin want to destroy Russia? Asks Lori. He was banished for treason, and he casted a curse on my family, says Anastasia. He wants to destroy the Russian royalty, and he sold his soul to the devil for the power to destroy the Tsarhood, says Lori. Yes, Rasputin fell through some ice on a lake, and I took this, says Anastasia. Anastasia pulled out an evil reliquary. I'm learning all sorts of stuff right now. Reliquary. That has pure evil written all over it, says Lori. Yes, I've seen what it can do. It can create ice, lightning, fire beams of light, bring objects to life, and create monsters, says Anastasia. And without a doubt, Rasputin's life force is bound to this. Obviously. If it were destroyed, he would die. Fantastic, says Laurie. Yes, I have a feeling you're right, says Anastasia. Rasputin, you are truly a satanic beast. Luckily, I know someone that taught me how to purify and use it as my own, says Laurie. You can do that, says Anastasia. Yes, watch, says Laurie. Oh, well, of course. She just learned how to exorcise demons. Hardly the most unbelievable thing so far. Laurie chants an incantation. Matinma Iumne Ninkioya Jitana says Framo Tomatine. I think I did that right. A blast of wind magic fired from her hand and hit the reliquary and extracted Rasputin's soul, and it left and went back to his body. So he didn't die? Lori can now utilize it at will, and it turned into an amulet of wind. Because she needs wind powers, I suppose, is the obvious answer. Perfect, says Lori. Lori now has all of the reliquary's power. Oh, okay. Don't know why you called it an amulet of wind, though, if it has all the powers. And it can now find Rasputin, who you said would die if you destroyed it. Well, I guess you didn't destroy it, so. At the lake, Rasputin crawled out of the water, and his soul went back into his body. Ah, no, my soul is back in me. That little brat took my amulet, and someone used magic to break my deal. I will make whoever did it pay with their life, says Rasputin. These people are all Russian. I'm not gonna bother. I am not gonna bother. Back in Moscow, Lori and Anastasia were over at the Kremlin, and they found it abandoned. Looks like the people of Russia went the Tsarhood gone forever, says Lori. Yeah, says Anastasia. Let's see if we can find anything we can use to fight Rasputin, says Lori, who literally has superpowers and now an amulet, magical amulet. But yeah, we need something to fight. Medieval? Are you kidding me? Lori and Anastasia looked around, and Lori found a medieval sword from England. In Russia. Just, in Russia. Maybe they explain it. Anastasia, did your family like to travel a lot? Okay. If JD keeps using a lot as one word, it's gonna, like, genuinely, of all the things I've just casually, you know, gotten used to, or taken on a whim, ignored even outright. Like, it's seriously this one that's bugging me the most, and I don't even know why. To stop you, it's a space lot. A lot, I don't even think is a real word. Maybe it is. I don't know. Doesn't seem grammatically correct. Who cares? I found this longsword here, says Lori. So many of these sentences start with Lori, and it's killing me. Oh, Daddy found that when he went to England, says Anastasia. It's a Scottish claymore. Nice quality. Look, okay. I don't know anything about swords or history, but why would a Scottish claymore be considered an English sword? I'm like 99% certain Scotland and England are two separate places. But whatever. Hey, whatever. Lori sheathed it onto her back as if she has a sword sheath, but whatever. Lori also found an old 18th century Russian flintlock. I could use this, says Lori, who has wind powers. Keep that in mind. Lori put it in her pocket, and she was ready. The doors bursted open, not should be burst, not bursted, and in came, excuse me, Rasputin. God knows how he found them. Where are you, you little brat? Asks Rasputin. A gunshot was fired, and a bullet went into Rasputin's leg, and he screamed in pain. I honestly thought it would just go straight into his skull. He saw Lori with her gun, and smoke was coming out of it. That was for the Romanov family, says Lori. Like, watch. I'm not going to do any research about the Romanov family or anything, but Russia's always been kind of a gray area in terms of are they the good guys or are they the bad guys, you know? Sure, they helped in World War II, but I could easily believe that the Romanov family is like evil. Maybe not super evil, but evil in some small, subtle way. Um, where was I? Crap. Oh, I totally lost it. Right, that was for the Romanov family, says Lloyd. You stupid woman. Do you have any idea what you've just done? Asks Rasputin. Destroyed your reign of terror, that's what. You will now pay for your crimes, Rasputin, says Lloyd. Not if I kill you first, says Rasputin. Rasputin unsheathed, his sword, and Lloyd unsheathed her sword, and she and Rasputin got into a powerful sword fight. Sparks were flying, and some of the Kremlin got set on fire. No! Anastasia then got behind Rasputin and stabbed him in the back, and Loy stabbed him in the head and killed him. These have okay. I think the simulator was a turning point because I don't think anybody has died until we got to the simulator saga. It's like every chapter somebody dies. It's great. Give my regards to the netherworld, says Lori. Anastasia then broke down crying, and Lori comforted her. Lori and Anastasia both avenged the Romanov dynasty and all of Russia. Thank you. Thank you, the Loud House Revamped. You've done it. You've avenged all of Russia. Lori, I don't have anywhere to go. Oh, we already know where this is going. Anastasia repeats. Anastasia was orphaned. You can come live with us where I'm from, says Lori. You do that for me? Asks Anastasia. Sure. It's the least I can do. Hold on. It's the least I can do for helping you out. It's the least I can do for helping you out. So you're repaying her for helping out, as if you helping out was in itself some kind of reward or something. Like, what? Who cares? Says Loy. Anastasia hugged Loy and was so grateful. Anastasia packed some of her things in a dimensional wormhole appealed, and I'm losing it, and losing it. And Loy and Anastasia went through it. Went in through it, I mean. The exercise ended and Loy revealed everything. Anastasia now lives in Loy's room, and Anastasia had everything from her Russian heritage with her. The end, another fanfiction done. I wanted to do a tribute to the 1997 movie Anastasia. That movie is about Anastasia Nikolaevna, the Grand Duchess of Tsar Nicholas II of Russia, and one of the biggest mysteries of the 20th century. I've always been fascinated with the history of Russia, and my favorite event is the Russian Tercentenary anniversary and the February Revolution. 100 years ago this year, the 400th anniversary of the Romanov dynasty was back in 2013, and I love all of Russia's buildings and food. My favorite building is the Catherine Palace. Beautiful building. I hate Gregory Rasputin. Couldn't tell. He helped create the Soviet Union and lead Russia into the age of communism. No offense to you, Russian. No offense to you, Russia, but communism stinks. Oh, you heard it here. This is another win for capitalism. All of Russia just fell to their knees at JD saying this, Mr. Knudsen. I've always been truly fascinated with lots of things in Russia, and it is neat. Let me know what you all think. It sucks. See you next time. Anastasia 1997 is owned by Don Bluth. Don Bluth? Huh. And Gary Goldman in 20th Century Fox Animation and Fox Animation Studios. Great. Wonderful. Chapter 50, Simulator Part 9, Two Lightning Rescuers. Is this going to be the Rescuers? What that like animated movie about like the little mice? Lincoln and Linka are in the simulator. Meavery. Oh, here we go. I haven't gotten to do a really long one like this in a while. Meavery, Lynn Senior. Why is Lynn Senior here of all like out of yeah whatever. Meavery, Lynn Senior. Oh, hey, and a typo also. Gosh, I'm just pointing everything out. It should be Lynn Senior. Period, comma Rita. But hey, I'm not the expert in fanfics. Okay, James Dean has apparently done this longer than me. Maybe he's figured out superior grammar. Meavery, Lynn Senior, Rita, Lori, Anastasia, Lenny, Luna, Eddie, Luann, Lucy, Lana, and Lola, Lainey, and Krista, Lily, and Lisa were in the control room. So how does this simulator work? Asks Lynn Sr. It's been like our doorway across the fabric of time, space, and dimensions. This is not a simulator then, is it? Call it the doorway or something. That's cool and it makes sense. The simulator is just... Okay. This is a very prominent tool to help test out our skills and our powers and expand our cast of characters and put them all in your house, Mr. Loud. I say, precisely, father, and this has proven to be a huge success, says Lisa. Luann provided the testing stage, and it worked perfectly, says Marie. Very. We decided to have Luann test it out because she acquired her powers recently. Makes total sense. I say, I was in the Swan Princess, says Luann. Oh, that's already a distant memory. I try to forget, I do. For my own sanity. Okay. Oh, that is so cool, says Rita. Let me just scratch my back. There we go. It was truly a simulating victory. It's just not a. That's. Rimshot laughs. Ha ha, get it? Asks Luann. Me, Marie, Lynn Sr., Rita, Anastasia, Eddie, Lily, and Krista laughed, while Lenny, Luna, Lana, and Lola, Lainey, and Lisa groaned. Good one. Hey, here's another typo. Instead of it being me, laughs, good one, it's me, semicolon. Am I crazy? No, that's a semicolon. But whatever, it's not important. Laughs, good one. I say, Eddie, ha ha ha, that is funny, says Eddie. Luann's test was a success, says Reed. That is so sweet, dude, says Luna. What? I'm so angry right now. That is so sweet, dudes, says Luna. I still don't get it, says Lenny. I hope Lincoln and Linka do well, says Lily. Don't worry, Lily. Lincoln and Linka will be okay. We have faith in them, right, Krista? Asks Lainey. I'm with you on that, Lainey, says Krista. The simulator activated and Linka found themselves in New York City. New York in front of New York City, New York, as if we didn't know where the heck New York City was. In front of a Morningside orphanage. Okay. Morningside Orphanage? We're in the movie The Rescuers. I was right. Look at that, says Lincoln. Our favorite movie, say both of them. Lincoln and Linka walk in and saw two mice talking to a cat named Rufus. It's Bernard and Miss Bianca. Let's go help them, says Linka. Come on, says Lincoln. Is the cat evil, and are they going to kill a cat like heroes, like the heroes they are? Lincoln and Linka talked to them and help them out. Okay. We appreciate you. Really? That's just it. It's like, come on, Lincoln. Let's go. Let's go help them fight that fight. Lincoln and Linka help them fight, and they win. That's basically what happened. Couldn't be bothered, I guess, to write genuine dialogue. I suppose, though, I should be grateful considering how much drool, how much garbage I've had to read through. So any small change is a welcome one. We appreciate you two helping us out, says Bernard. You're welcome, Bernard, says Lincoln. Yes, please save Penny. Yes, please save Penny, says Rufus. We will do everything we can, says Linka. Later at a pawn shop down the street, Lincoln and Linka, Bernard and Miss Bianca went inside and looked around quietly. The telephone rang and they hid in the closet. Out came a red-haired woman named Madame Medusa. She answered the phone. Cool name, I guess. Madame Medusa's pawn shop boutique. Snoops? Don't tell me Snoops. Let me guess. You found it. Ha 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 ha! You found the diamond, says Madame Medusa, excitedly. What diamond? What? What diamond? Asks Lincoln. Whispers. Well, I guess, yeah, whispers. I've forgotten, answers Linka. Give you time, you bungler? You have been down there for 3 months. Snoops talking indistinctly. Bottles? What bottles? You caught Penny sending messages in bottles? You blundering fool. Can't you control a little girl? Shut up! Medusa slams her fist on her desk. I am taking the next flight down to Devil's Bayou, I think is the right way to say that. Says Medusa. She slams the phone on the receiver. Medusa packed a suitcase and left. Lincoln, Linka, Bernard, and Miss Bianca looked around, and in Medusa's study, they saw a bunch of maps and books on Louisiana. A picture of an old abandoned Dixie paddle riverboat. Stellar. Lincoln looks at the riverboat picture. This might be where she's holding Penny, says Lincoln. But what is she after? And what does she want with her? Asks Bernard. I remember. She's after the largest diamond in the world, the Devil's Eye. It's as big as a human head, and it's priceless, says Lincoln. That diamond is huge. It would make anyone rich beyond their wildest dreams, except J.D. He's super rich and cool and powerful and They couldn't find Penny because she's not in New York. She's in Louisiana, says Miss Bianca. That's over 1,300 miles away. I don't remember on how. What kind of kid knows that? What? What kind of kid knows that? Oh, yeah, yeah. Whenever I'm in New York and somebody asks me, oh, how far away is New Mexico? I'm like, oh, well, easily 4,000 miles. Or something, I don't know. Like, you don't just know stuff like that off the top of your head. Okay, anyways, I don't remember on how to get to it, but we need to get to to Devil's Bayou first, says Linka. Let's go, says Lincoln. Lincoln, Linka, Bernard, and Miss. Why not Mr. Bernard? Didn't they call him Mr. Whatever? And Miss Bianca set out for the Devil's Bayou in Louisiana. They got there by Lincoln and Linka flying, and they arrived in 1 hour. 1 hour! They flew 1 hour, 1,300 miles. Literally, I would try and do math, but it's literally 1,300 miles per hour. Just per hour. Hold on, I need to check something. That is, I just checked. That is literally faster than a commercial plane. That is like as fast as a jet, like a fighter jet can go. Are you insane? Excuse me, I gotta rub my nose. Are you insane? Like you can't get there. You said actually over 1,300, didn't they? Yeah, over 1,000. So it probably was faster, I guess, than 1,300 miles per hour. Like, just why not? With wings. Like, I'm certain they have wings, right? Everybody who gets powers in this godforsaken fanfic grows wings at some point. Even Lainey, who didn't get them at first, literally had a chapter, a simulator chapter where she got wings for some stupid reason. It's just a bunch of bull sugar and okay. You just like imagine an actual, just straight up an angel flying at the speed of a jet. You know how, like, either they're flapping super hard or they're flapping super fast. Okay, anyways. Got there in an hour and saw the abandoned riverboat. That's the riverboat, all right, says Lincoln. Sure looks old, says Linka. It looks like it's been here for years. It sure has. Penny must be in there, says Miss Bianca. She is, I know it, says Lincoln. Cool. How are we going to get her out, says Linka. You have superpowers, for God's sake. We'll think of something, says Lincoln, I mean. What's the difference? As they waited and planned, they saw Madame Medusa driving a swamp mobile to the riverboat. Isn't like the whole point for you to have gotten there first? How about you use your superpowers to go in there, like incapacitate anybody who might be evil, and then boom, done. Bob's your uncle. They met two local mice named Ellie Mae and Luke, a dragonfly named Evanrude, a rabbit named Deadeye, a turtle named Gramps, and a mole named Digger, and an owl named Deacon Owl. Very, very cool. I'd like to give her a few whacks with my rolling pin, says Ellie Mae. We swamp folks are gonna run her clean out of our bayou, says Luke. If it's a fight she wants, then it's a fight she'll get, says Lincoln. I'm scratching my nose again, and I'm scratching my nose even more. We are here to rescue Penny, says Linka. That little girl Medusa has with her? Asks Deadeye, who apparently already knows about that. Yes, says Linka. Lincoln, wow, can't believe that happened twice. How is Penny part of Medusa's plan to get the Devil's Eye Diamond? Asks Linka. Penny is small enough to squeeze down a small hole that goes into a pirate's cave on the coast, but it's hard to get to because the tide comes in fast and floods the cave quickly, answers Gramps. Medusa really wants that diamond, period. Bad, says Lincoln. Probably either for herself or for selling it on the black market, says Linka. Wonderful detective work, Linka. You deduced the two possible reasons to have a diamond. Okay, we got to get Penny out of here and quick, says Linka. Oh, I haven't made a dent on this chapter. Oh, I'm gonna die of old age reading this one. Guys, someone is coming out of the boat, says Lincoln. Lincoln pulls out his binoculars and he sees Penny trying to make a run for it. That must be Penny, says Lincoln. Let me see, says Linka. Lincoln hands her the binoculars. Oh, she's so young, is a weird thing to say. It's Penny. Oh, how terrible, says Miss Bianca. The lights in the riverboat came on. Penny? Penny? Penny, answer me, Penny, says Medusa. Medusa's calling out to her, says Lincoln. Ellie Mae, do you know if there's a place where we can all hide? Asks Linka. There's a cave over there, says Ellie Mae. Ellie Mae pointed to a cave on a cliff above the coastline. Perfect, let's go, says Lincoln. Evanrude, go with them, says Ellie Mae. Uh, oops. Evanrude buzzed in agreement. Send Evanrude back as soon as you need help, says Ellie Mae. Right, okay. Right, let's go, says Lincoln. Lincoln and Linka, Bernard and Miss Bianca and Evanrude went to Penny. Lincoln saw Penny hiding behind a tree. Penny, over here, calls Lincoln. Penny saw them. Penny, we mean you no harm. Come on over here quickly, says Linka. Penny did so. Why wouldn't she trust the two random strangers telling her to come with them? Look, benefit of the doubt, okay? Maybe she saw the two mice. What are they called? Bernard and Bianca. And she was like, oh, they must be friends or something. Okay? Benefit of the doubt. Benefit of the doubt. Where'd you come from? Asks Penny. We'll explain later. Let's get over to that cave and hide. There's something on my screen. Oh, okay. And hide, says Lincoln. Lincoln points to the cave and they went for it. Suddenly, fireworks went off. Oh no, they're using fireworks to illuminate the swamp to find us, says Lincoln. Hurry, says Lincoln. 20 minutes later, they all arrived and went inside the cave. Why don't you just fly there? Take your 0.2 seconds. My name is Bernard, says Bernard. Oh, oops. I skipped a bunch, actually. Lincoln lit a lantern and it lit up the room. Thank you for saving me, says Penny. No problem. We should introduce ourselves. My name is Lincoln Loud, says Lincoln. I'm his twin sister, Linka Loud, and this is Evanrude, says Linka. Evanrude buzzed. My name is Bernard, says Bernard. I am Miss Bianca, says Miss Bianca. We found the bottle with your message, and we've come to rescue you, says Bernard. Did you hear that, Teddy? Our bottle worked, says Penny. Yes, it did, says Lincoln. Didn't you bring someone big with you like the police? Asks Penny. That's a good question, Penny. No, it's just the five of us, says Lincoln. I promise you, Penny, we will try to get you out of here. We've got to work together, says Lincoln. I will help you, says Penny. Okay, says Lincoln. They felt rumbling. "What's that?" asks Lincoln. They heard water sloshing coming from behind a cave wall further down. "It's coming from behind this wall here," says Lincoln. Lincoln pressed his ear against it and heard the water splashing. "There's water behind here," says Lincoln. "Genius!" "There's water dripping from that rock sticking out," says Bernard. "Stand back," says Lincoln. Lincoln kicked the wall and it shattered and water splashed into the cave room and a human skull tumbled in. Oh my gosh, this is so scary. I'm losing my mind. This is the titular 50th chapter. It sucks. "That rock was a skull." "That rock was a skull," says Lincoln. "Wait a minute, I see something in it," says Lincoln. Lincoln picked it up and looked in it, and they saw a huge diamond. "The Devil's Eye Diamond!" "Jumping King of Lightning, it's the Devil's Eye," says Lincoln. "We found the diamond Medusa wants," says Penny. "Holy mackerel!" That's it," says Bernard. "The Devil's Eye," says Miss Bianca. "It's enormous," says Lincoln. Lincoln shattered the skull and grabbed the diamond. Outside the simulator, we were shocked. Oh boy, oh joy. What the? Oh, excuse me. "Look at the size of that diamond," I say. "It's huge," says Furry. "That diamond has to be worth a huge amount of money," I say. "A diamond of that size, color, clarity, and class would be worth..." Oh my god, are you kidding me? That's 582,647,842,334,550 dollars. It's a big diamond, okay? It's a big diamond. Even a single trillion seems like too much if you ask me, but whatever, okay? Whatever. Maybe that's like the actual like cost of it in the show in the movie. Whatever. "Sweet mother of all things great and small. That is more money than anyone could ever imagine," I say, "except for me, 'cause I'm rich." "A diamond like that belongs in a museum," says Furry. "A high security museum, dude," says Luna. "I'd rather enjoy the darkness." uh, "I'd rather enjoy the darkness, and if it was a black diamond, I would keep it," says Lucy. Who, keep in mind, and, say what you will about JD, he's really good at remembering these singular character, uh, like identifiers. I forget the word. Remember that Lucy likes dark things. They do say diamonds are a girl's best friend, but I would not want a diamond that big, says Lori, who I like just straight up doubt. "Yeah, that diamond would make us filthy rich, but we would be the target of numerous thieves." Yeah, yeah, it's not like you all have superpowers. It's not like you basically like could just say, "Oh yeah, I built in a super duper security system that makes it impossible to rob from us." You know, because it's not like you've severely altered your house before in like a day, right? Am I crazy? It's not like there are definitely millions of ways to deal with. I don't care. I'm not gonna go. I'm not. Imagine that. An entire house of superheroes, not an entire house, you know what I mean? A house full of superheroes, and if like no one in the right mind would steal from that. What? Especially knowing how vindictive, how downright cruel, malicious, and evil that you as a group can be. They make like one guy tries to break in, gets killed by a group of superpowered beings, and then no one ever steals from you again. Okay, I don't know why that set me off. Honestly, it's one of the less annoying things that's been said. Let me just. "Numerous thieves," says Lola. "I agree, Lola," I say. "No kidding. I'm glad I saw the error of my ways, and I don't want all that money. Besides, I met and now love the girl of my dreams, and I'm happy with what I got," says Eddie. "Aw, Eddie," says Luann. Eddie and Luann kiss. "Aw," says everyone. I'm so happy for you, Eddie, I say. Me too, says Vuri. I come from a royal family and I don't want all the fame and notoriety. Money can be good or bad, says Anastasia. I agree with you all. The diamond would attract more thieves than anything. We would have to have security as tight as Fort Knox in order to keep it. What is with mentally challenged people and referencing Fort Knox? Like, I have a particular memory of Chris Chan describing his dog Patty's grave as Fort Knox in order to dissuade trolls from, like, vandalizing it or something. Just, I don't know. I guess that's the only one, really, but, if I had a nickel for every time a mentally challenged guy mentioned Fort Knox, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Anyways, where was I? Fort Knox, Fort Knox, Fort Knox. In order to keep it, I say. Yeah, agrees Vuri, who is still here. Remember that, don't forget. Vuri's a character, I guess. I'm proud of all of you. Having all the money in the world doesn't make you popular and all that, says Led Senior. I keep going for my nose. I agree, Mr. Lin. There are some things that money can't buy, like love, friendship, and more. Wrong. Prostitutes? um, friend prostitutes? And, those are the only 2 I can think of. This diamond is huge, says Lincoln. We better hide this thing, says Linka. Lincoln put it in his backpack, and the water receded. Oh, yes, hidden in his backpack. Lincoln put it in his, look, says Lincoln. They saw the pirate cave that Penny was going into. Is this the pirate cave you were going into, Penny? Asks Lincoln. Yes, says Penny. Okay, good. Now that we know for certain that this is the cave that Penny was going into. Um, yeah, we just found a back way into the cave. Let's check it out, says Lincoln. As they walked in, Linka saw a big hole in the floor. What's this hole? Asks Linka. That's where the water comes in. I'm afraid to go near it, says Penny. So this is how the cave gets flooded? High tide comes in and the water splashes into the cave? Into the cave, says Linka. Not I put like a question mark at the end for some reason. It sounds very dangerous, says Bernard. You can drown in here, says. Oh my that's why they. Oh, that's why they're afraid to go into the cave. Not because they're hydrophobic, but no, that's not because they're afraid of water, but because water makes you drown. I I had no idea. Okay. Um, I already lost my spot. I keep standing up when I get angry about something. Uh, you can drown in here, says Miss Bianca. Yeah, says Lincoln. Lincoln and Linka flew over the hole, and Penny was on Linka's back, and they saw lots of chests full of treasure. Boy, there's enough treasure here to make anybody rich, says Linka. Yeah, says Lincoln. Did Medusa have any need for these smaller diamonds? Says Bernard. No, she doesn't want those little ones, says Penny for some. Is that true? I don't know, man. Diamonds are diamonds. Penny, how did you know this was a pirate's cave? Asks Linka. Him, says Penny. Penny pointed to the skeleton of a dead pirate that's been in there for a long time. Oh dear, says Miss Bianca in horror. Whoa, he looks like he's been here for a long time, says Lincoln. Myself. Centuries, no doubt, says Minka. Boy, that skeleton looks hundreds of years old. Oh, I want it to end, says me. I say, I don't recognize him. Mermaids are said to be immortal, but I don't know anything about pirates. Okay. Mermaids are immortal. That being said, I don't know about pirates. They die all the time. They don't say anything, Free. You offer so little, you may as well not be speaking. I hate you, Vuri. I hate you. You know what? Vuri's my new least favorite character. No reason. No reason. Uh, Pirates have been a huge problem in the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean Sea for centuries, just like pirates from Somalia have been terrorizing the Indian Ocean. Wait a minute, I say. I look at the skeleton closer and I recognize him. I don't believe it. That's a skeleton of Benjamin Hornigold. He disappeared back in 1719. You tell me, right? You tell me, you know, that you recognize a single skeleton as an actual like person. Maybe the clothes, sure, but if he's really been down there for centuries, chances are whatever he is wearing has been so damaged and just generally worn down that it would probably be very difficult to tell. But whatever. I guess JD here just has intimate knowledge of what's his name, Benjamin Hornigold's skeletal structure that he could ID him like that. You hear the snap? Let me do it again. Oh, that one was bad. There we go. Loving it, loving it. Benjamin Hornigold. Um, he disappeared back in 1719, I say. Wow, that's amazing. It's a blast from the past, says Senior. Okay. Lincoln, Linka, and Penny found the lost treasure of Benjamin Hornigold. Amazing. I'm so proud of them. Why can't my son find any treasure? Then I can use it to buy beer. Says Rita. And they did it all without a map? Incredible. A treasure worth finding. Wait, why is worth uncapitalized? A treasure worth finding. I guess it's like kind of a joke. Is it? I mean, I get. Is it? Yeah, who cares? Rim shot and laughs. Ha ha ha. Get it. But seriously, this is amazing. It's like, get it? But seriously, this is amazing. What's with the strange, serious tone all of a sudden? Says the Wan. Ha 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 ha. I get it, and yeah, they will go down in history, says Eddie. Too bad this is a simulation slash multidimensional wormhole slash time machine slash gateway slash whatever. Wow, this is a huge discovery, says Lainey. Lincoln and Linka should bring that skeleton to Lisa for analysis. That's like morbid. Okay, says Lily. I agree, I say. I send a telepathic message to them and teleport a body bag to them along with some gloves. Duh. Lincoln and Linka put the skeleton in the bag and teleported it to us. Lisa took it to her lab. Let's take the treasure with us, says Lincoln. They gathered all the treasure and put it in a scroll. What? What? Lincoln and Lincoln were taught how to store stuff in scrolls? What? What? That's all the treasure. What? Says Linka. What? When did what? How? What? Is this a Naruto thing? It feels like a Naruto thing. It's the only possible. Like what? You know what? Whatever. Oh, sure. Yeah. Bag of holding, scroll of holding. What's the difference? That's all the treasure, says Linka. There's some on the riverboat that I brought to Medusa, says Penny. We'll have to wait on those, says Lincoln. Lincoln looked up through a hole leading to the surface and saw the sun rising. So I guess high tide doesn't exist anymore. I don't actually know how tide works. Of course, they didn't give us a time when they went in there, so I guess it was clearly low tide, low tide, whatever. Ba, 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 ba. It's already done, says Lincoln. I'm yawning, excuse me. Have you thought of a plan of attack on Medusa yet? Asks Linka. Yes, I have. Here's what we do. But first, let's get out of here. Here's what you should do, okay, Lincoln and Linka? Use your lightning superpowers to lightning Medusa to death. But it's just a rough sketch. We could work out the kinks later. Whatever. Lincoln, Linka, Penny Bernard, Miss Bianca, and Evinrude, or Evenrude, I don't even know his name. I've just been, Evinrude is good enough, went back to the cave they were hiding in as water splashed into the cave. High tide just came back in, says Lincoln. Yeah, close one. Okay, bro, what do you got? Asks Linka. Lincoln whispered the plan, and it was a good one. Oh, let's hear it. Why did he whisper? Like, you're surrounded by people you consider friends and allies, aren't you? Lincoln was going to lead a frontal attack with Ellie Mae, Luke, Deadeye, Gramps, Deacon Owl. Should the guy named Gramps be attacking anything? Whatever. Bernard and Miss Bianca, while Lincoln and Penny launched an aerial attack uh, at at Ellie Mae's house. Lincoln explained the plan. Lincoln gave Penny a laser. Oh, sure, a laser gun. Okay. Just out casually, Lincoln gave Penny a laser gun. All right, does everyone know what to do? Asks Lincoln. We sure do, says Ellie Mae. We're not even gonna address it. What? Oh, never mind. We sure do, says Ellie Mae. Ready? Asks Lincoln. Ready, they all say in unison. Evan Rood, sound the charge, says Lincoln. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. It's not even like the da 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 da. I don't know. Da 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 da. Buzzes Evinrude. Charge! They all say in unison. Lincoln ran towards the boat and fired a bolt of lightning, and it hit the boat and exploded when it hit the roof, and the roof of the boat was on fire. Medusa and Snoops came out. Medusa was armed with a 12-gauge shotgun. Deacon Owl plugged it with a firecracker, and it exploded as she fired. Medusa's rifle was destroyed. Stellar. Eat lightning, Medusa, says Linka. Linka fired a bolt of lightning and it electrocuted Medusa. Penny fired laser beams at Medusa and Medusa ran. Okay. Lincoln took all the treasure Penny brought up from the cave. As he left, Deadeye and Deacon Owl lit all the fireworks in the engine room at once, and the area turned into a war zone. Lincoln tamed Medusa's pet crocodiles, Brutus and Nero, and they vanished and went for Lana. Why does he keep saying vanished? What do you mean, Lana? Wait, what? Lana? Vanished and went for Lana. And how do you. What do you mean you tamed him? Who cares? Lincoln was turning on Medusa's swamp mobile and it wouldn't start. What's wrong with this thing? Asks Lincoln. Lincoln was standing on the side and Penny was holding on to Lincoln's waist. What? Lincoln finally got it to start and Medusa grabbed a rope and tried to get to Penny. But Ellie Mae hit Medusa's hand with her rolling pin and she let go and went flying and Medusa grabbed the rope. She was water skiing without skis. This is like horribly written. The riverboat suddenly exploded and sunk to the bottom of the river. Kaboom! That did it, says Lincoln. Good riddance, says Lincoln. The explosion could be heard all the way to New Orleans. Police boats were dispatched. Lincoln, when I say now, cut the rope, says Lincoln. You got it, says Lincoln. Lincoln turned to the riverboat. Now, says Lincoln. As Lincoln turned, Lincoln cut the rope with a lightning bolt. Okay. And Medusa was skidding on the water and she hit the engine chimney of the sunk riverboat. We did it, everyone, says Lincoln. Yay, mission accomplished, says Lincoln. We did it, Bianca, says Bernard. Hooray! Oh, Bernard, you're wonderful, says Miss Bianca. Lincoln put out the devil's eye diamond, and Medusa saw that Lincoln had it, and she was devastated. As Lincoln, and Penny drove off into the morning sun. There goes my diamond, cries Medusa. The police arrived and arrested Medusa and Snoops on the spot. Why? Is Medusa already like a known criminal? Or did they seriously turn up to the site of an exploded riverboat where the only person to be around is Medusa and Snoops, who were the ones attacked, who no doubt have some signs of injury, I'm sure, and were arrested on the spot? Look, I don't know the plot of the rescuers. Maybe she is a horrible criminal and should be arrested on the spot. But look, just going with what I'm working off of here, she should be like, I don't know, questioned at least, brought to a hospital. Firstly, I guess, I don't know. This doesn't seem. at all reasonable, but hey, whatever. Okay, arrested on the spot. As they drove up to New Orleans, they went to the police station and reported in. That was lucky, says Ninka. What can I do for you guys? Asks the officer. Yes, officer, we just rescued Penny here from Devil's Bayou, says Lincoln. Devil's Bayou? That place is a death trap. Wait a minute, says officer. The officer? The officer recognized Penny. You're the orphan girl, Goyle, that disappeared from New York. Penny, right? Asks the officer. Why would a Louisiana officer know about news from New York? I mean, sure, girl's disappearance, but it doesn't seem like something you'd commit to memory, but whatever. Hey, I could believe it. Um, yes, officer, responds Penny. Madame Medusa kidnapped her and took her to Devil's Bayou to find the lost treasure of Captain Benjamin Hornigold. She was after the Devil's Eye diamond, says Linka. Lincoln pulled out the diamond, and the officer was amazed. So the legend is real. That diamond was what has to be worth millions. Actually, trillions, apparently. More than that, that officer, says Lincoln. You must have heard the explosion from Devil's Bayou, says Linka. We heard something, says the officer. On a radio, a call came in saying that they've arrested Madame Medusa and Mr. Snoops. You were right, kids. We've been after that Madame Medusa for years. She and her partner, Mr. Snoops, are wanted for the theft of priceless treasure from pirate caves all. Is it what? All over the Gulf of Mexico? Okay, so maybe she was a criminal and maybe she did deserve to get arrested. But I don't know anything, okay, about taking treasure from pirate caves, but like realistically who is she stealing from? I don't know. Seems silly to like give somebody criminal status for finding pirate treasure. Like sure, her methods may have all been uh wrong, kidnapping little girls and all, orphan girls. But they didn't say that, did they? It's not like, oh yeah, she's notorious for forcing little girls to do her bidding, or stuff like that. Just anything more reasonable. Whatever. Wow, that's amazing, says Lincoln. Madame Medusa and Mr. Snoops were brought in and taken into custody. I feel like that means the same thing, but who cares? That's them, officers. They kidnapped me and made me find the diamond. Technically, they didn't, did ya? Because you didn't find it. Not until you were already escaped, says Penny. And we rescued Penny from their clutches, says Linka. Well, I'll be. You guys saved a young life and brought her captors to justice, says the officer. Yeah, my name is Lincoln Loud, and this is my twin sister, Linka Loud, says Lincoln. It's a pleasure to meet you both. Madame Medusa is also wanted in Mississippi, Alabama, Western Florida, Louisiana, and southeastern Texas, says the officer. Wow, she's wanted practically all over the Gulf Coast. Yeah, and you all did a great job. Louisiana owes you big time, says the officer. We had to do what needed to be done, officer. We're glad to help, says Lincoln. News of Medusa's capture spread across the nation like wildfire, and the Devil's Eye diamond and the treasure of Benjamin Hornigold were donated to the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C. Turns out the simulator took Lincoln and Linka to New York and Louisiana for real. Oh, stellar. It's not what a simulation does it? Home stretch, come on. In New York City, Penny got the best news of her life the following week. She was getting adopted into the Loud family. Awesome. This was the best day of her life. I get to share a house with like a bunch of other kids. It's just like the orphanage. Look, man, maybe she wants a lot of siblings. Make her feel at home at orphanage, I guess. Penny was now part of the Loud family. You don't say. Linka, I'm very proud of both of you. Thanks, big brother JD. Thank you, JD, says Lincoln. Remember this. A true hero isn't measured by the number of good deeds they've done or by the size of his strength and power, but by the strength of his or her heart, says Lincoln. That's right, says Furry. concurs Very. We're very proud of both of you, son. You all saved a life, says Lynn Sr. I can't thank you enough, big brother, says Penny. Penny hugged Lincoln and Linka. We were all so happy that Penny is a part of the family. Back in Michigan, I beamed the loud house over to my mansion. What? What? Oh, kill me. Oh. Back in Michigan, I beamed the loud house over to my mansion, and Double D helped out and built an expansion to my home. The Knudsen estate was forever transformed into the Knudsen Loud estate. I beamed the Santiago Casagrande house next door to us, and it was great for them. I couldn't be any more happier. What do you mean you beamed? Beamed? What do you mean you beamed? Scotty, beam up my house. I'd like, must be a pretty big beam. Okay, Medusa and Mr. Snoops were both found guilty in 5 states of numerous counts of grand theft, 10 counts of grand theft each in Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Texas. They were both sentenced to 300 years in Florida, 200 years in Alabama, 100 years in Mississippi, 100 years in Louisiana, and 900 years in Texas for grand theft. Is that like anywhere near correct? Just grand theft, and they've got hundreds of years for a total of 1,690 years. In New York, they were found guilty of aggravated first-degree kidnapping. They were sentenced to life in prison. They were also ordered to pay $10 million in restitution. Do you even have to do that if you're in life in prison? Prison? Like what? Like why would I even like? If I had a means of making money, why the heck would I pay any of it? I've already got life in prison. What are you going to do? Give me another life sentence? Oh no. Like, could they turn it into a death penalty if you don't? In which case, I might genuinely just rather take the death penalty, right? Life in prison sounds awful, while also paying the people or paying something that doesn't help my case in any way. It just pissed me off. Anyways, I got a special idea for the Rescue Aid Society organization. Bernard and Miss Bianca now live in my mansion in a special room I built, a pneumatic tube system for them to get to New York very quickly should they be called in. I don't, okay. You know what? Fine. Pneumatic tube system all the way to New York. Bunch of mice living in my house that's been connected to another house that's been beamed all over the place. I'm so angry. The end. Another fanfiction done. I wanted to do a chapter with the Rescuers. This is one of my favorite childhood movies from back when I was a kid. I've seen this movie countless times, and I still remember all the fun times with this movie. I still have more good ideas planned. Do you? I have yet to see one. See you next time. The Rescuers is owned by Walt Disney and Buena Vista Distribution and Wolfgang Reitherman, John Lounsbury, and Art Stevens. Okay, great. Like and subscribe. Happy 500 subscribers, CP. Uh,